I am so sad right now, so just a gaggle of giggles happened, and that's all you need to know as I try to remember that we're on Goizo Cult with 3 custom mysteries. But otherwise, I also need to, I think, rotate my character soon. The custom characters that I have loaded, because I've reached the last one, question mark? Yeah. So, without further ado, Goizo Cult, right? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. Anyway, let's just get into it. For the timestamp's sake, let's go. So as we get into Goizo Cult, 3 custom characters, I think I actually maybe had Azal, but whatever. Yeah, just a lot of things happened, and I failed to juggle everything at the moment. So knowledge, strength, Takshisan, dexterity, light, and charisma. So every single stat check, maybe? But no second encounter, just Takshisan. I was about to hold Q for some reason, and I caught myself. But, let's go Army Knife this time. Yeah, let's go Army Knife. So just making sure that we have the illegal den enabled, and off we go. Otherwise, I did have a few topics I could have talked about, and the world is crazy, but I'm not one of those. I'm not a content creator who's known for certain topics, so let's just say the world's a crazy place at the moment as we get Botanist, Vigil, Orphan, Yew, and Bloom. I think only Yew and Botanist are the main. Well, nah, that's not true, is it? We could just go for a meat cleaver if it weren't for the fact that we had 4 strength. So instead, let's do Botanist before we get roads closed. But otherwise, I'm also dealing with a lot of stuff on my plate, which I really shouldn't have had all this stuff on my plate, but now that it's on my plate, I might as well try and finish it, which is a far cry from the things I have on my plate from like months ago, but I also finish things based on a priority system, so, or try to. Not that that's been working out great for me. Again, a lot of technical things happen on top of things that have been compiling from the past few days, which is why a lot of my videos this past week have been late. I did not get a single weapon, but it's fine. We weren't punished for it. But yeah, let's actually look for this Army Knife. I don't think we'll need this Grimoire. Could use it. I just completely forgot the effects at the moment, so I'm not going to try and rely on my memory because that hasn't worked out well. But as we continue onward here, yes, I'm also trying to, right after this record, I'm going to have to record horse racing. That's all I have to say, and you should probably understand. But as I sit here and get branded, oh, that's not great. As I sit here, we'll try our best. Help the dog? Nope. We have 4 luck, from what I know. But also, other things on my plate include World of Horror custom content stuff, and I don't know if I'm doing the things I'm doing correctly. Let's just say that much. Do we just take this in the face? I don't want to gamble, so let's just take this 85%. Oh, we get bonus damage, never mind. But either way, we took 3 stamina damage, technically 2, but I mean, healing, I consider it a kind of mitigation if you're expecting to heal. Otherwise, normally, as we rolled an 11 on our 8 dexterity, nice that stats matter. They don't. But did I just run into this event again? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I know what my thumbnail's going to be. Or Future Jordan should probably set the thumbnail properly. But as we fail the last 3 to 4 events, back to back to back, yeah, we'll do our best to survive still. So, I think we take Vigil next, despite our stamina being at 5. Yeah, gonna have to take stamina next. Then we'll take you third, and then we'll see between Bloom and Orphan. I think we have Bloom and Orphan. But anywho. Yeah, got a lot to go through in real life. I am going through it. And I hope everyone else is staying healthy, safe, sane, and so on and so forth. Because, man, oh boy. But, as to be expected, yes, I do live in the United States of America. That's the most of what I'm willing to say as someone screams in the background. For a good reason. But let's Vigil it up here. So, yeah, I am... let's see if I can get things done before the next update to World of Horror comes. For those who don't know or haven't been in tune or for some reason skipped parts... because if you're listening this far in, you probably would have already heard it in the previous video. But, yes, Panstaz, I almost spaghetti the name, his name. But Panstaz did put in updates, or put in previews to updates, and I assume that he's working on them. But otherwise, as we sit here, I thought that was reason. I'm going absolutely insane. But, yeah, it's just a, you know, a quick little, no, I wouldn't say quick, interesting little experiment I have with myself in terms of what I can get done before the next update comes out. Game development aside, I mean, really just getting a lot of other things done, but hey, to react, take this to Reason in the face. We've been at max Reason for a while now, but that's fine. Ritual Dagger might actually be more useful, but the Army Knife is 5 base damage. For anyone new, the reason why that's important is because when you do Desperate Struggle into Prep Strong with a 5 base damage weapon, you get a lot more damage essentially than 4 base damage weapons. That's the short of it. I could go over the calculations, but let me just focus for a moment so I don't accidentally just click the wrong thing during an event and go crazy. But otherwise, just as an occasional reminder, because it's been a while since I said it, if you learned anything from my videos, whether it's from, World of War gameplay strategy or otherwise, I'm glad to have helped in some way. Or at least made someone's day better. Because, it's always good for a laugh. And I guess that's the other thing I could talk about, my RNG. So, I think I mentioned real-life RNG in one of my posts on my channel, which is pretty much the primary way you're going to get any information from me. Updates-wise, just in terms of me. I did... Basically, I think I did take down my X/Twitter account, but otherwise I put in updates about me or anything happening on my channel, especially, obviously, on my discussions page on my channel. And so, during that, I said RNG has been hitting me a lot. Hit me in 3 different ways. First was the way in which I was doing research for game development, which I'll leave that in the air because I just want to be quiet about it until I have something solid for game dev. But as for other aspects of life, horse racing, obviously, if you didn't know, there's a very specific event happening in a certain horse game, and RNG has been really, really not nice to me, so, I guess we're just going to go through it. I'm not really going to get burnt out by anything, especially video games. Video games have pretty much been a big part of my life. So, RNG will not get me down. I'll probably flop on the bed, as I have before in World of Horror, but really RNG's not going to get me down. What will get me down, though, is when I try to do a recording for OBS, which is why this video is coming out a lot later than expected. Because I tried to record once already, and that completely got obliterated. Which at this point you might be saying, "Well, Jordan, why have a lot of your videos been failing lately?" It's because I've been switching around and testing other plugins for OBS. I use OBS. Difference between that and I think there's 2 different OBSs for some reason. Streamlabs. I think that's the other one. There are obviously a handful of software you can use to record live streams, so on and so forth. I use OBS, so when I say I'm getting plugins for OBS, basically things like, I think the most prevalent one is a noise canceller, but I'm also trying other things for, hotkeys on OBS, which you can do by default, but basically making things better for myself, really, in terms of recording video and also testing out streams, which is the other part I was trying to test out, and that didn't go well either. So I basically I did spend at least 2 hours trying to troubleshoot a streaming problem that I have. Not that I haven't been doing any streams lately, both because of game development, but also because of, well, as I just mentioned, I was trying to do some streaming magic with OBS, and it was not working properly, so shrug. Let's hope we hit this, by the way. That would be nice. Nope. Because why not? 95%. If we don't hit this, sadness happens, but otherwise, off we go. That tree is worth 15 experience. Was that worth it? I think you take like 4 reason damage if you don't. So all things considered, if you can 3 turn, if you do intake 4 stamina or 4 reason for trying to skip the boss, then yeah, that's a fairly balanced U tree. Because 2 all equal to 4 HP overall, unless you're missing one or the other, but you get the point. Second sight would have been great earlier, but I guess we're not going to be playing this character again to try to fight a U tree again. I think that was an Eldritch enemy, right? I'm going absolutely crazy. Anywho, into Bloom I go. I think it doesn't matter, unless we have, well, I'm about to find out. So, I don't think I can get through this without unless I pass the next 3 event checks in a row, or get 3 good events where I pass 3 event checks in a row. Or I get the katana here. Nope. We just give up and take frostbite in the face. But, yeah, unless very, very good things happen, we're going to need to rest at the house. That's what I'm trying to say. We do want to get rid of that, because I like bracing, and if you don't brace, pain. But, if I don't... Also, I am recording in a closed space, so if you hear background noises, it's... I'm not recording or streaming in, like, a soundproofed area, let's just say that much. So I'm in my space, and what happens, happens, which is good. I'm not saying I'm annoyed or anything. I'm just telling you what the reality is right now. So if you hear anything, it's not you, it's me. That includes window noises too. That's an important thing to note. But as we get brain damage here, well, it's a good thing I wasn't using a knowledge weapon. Now I know hallucinations exist as well, but I think brain damage is 2 knowledge, so all things considered, I would rather still use a perception weapon for this very reason. But as we take our restless bonus, and we probably need to rest. Never mind, we got time skip. We could probably still rest once, but boy, am I really scared now. So normally I wouldn't heal stamina there, but that's because I don't feel comfortable with the amount of stamina I have. So as we enter Orphan here, we need to pass a lot of checks. We're not likely to, but yeah. Shinsuke's curse was that? -2 luck? Okay, good. If it was actual stat, I would personally, if you want some advice from me in terms of making custom mysteries, if you add a bonus status effect that removes 2 of a stat, you better give us something, because that loss of 2 in the stat, a loss of 2 in a stat, let me repeat that for clarity, can result in certain custom characters or just characters in general just outright losing the run because of zero statting. Again, for those who don't know, zero statting is when your stat hits 0 and your doom hits 100%, so it's a loss condition. This is a custom event, right? Well, interesting to see. We can just trade blows here unless we just miss a whole bunch, which we kind of are, but we gotta take it. Oh my, was that 80? This is 80%, right? I'm not going crazy? Well, I mean, I can Desperate Prep Strong, but I wish it didn't have to come down to that. Now, we did have to hit a lot of those attacks to make that happen still, but would have liked that to not be the case. Do we, if... Blah, 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 blah. My words are going everywhere. If we have the thingamajiggy... I'm going absolutely crazy. I forgot what I was going to say. We rest to heal more than we would resting at the lighthouse. Oh, we're on Goizo, that's right. Never mind, Goizo was worse. Now I need to visit the monument. Coughing blood, that ruins my dexterity, which is actually quite harmful. I think it's actually worth it to get rid of that quickly. So while that increases my doom, I need to get rid of that for the sake of the dexterity check, because I don't know how much stamina I'll have. And since we're not going to since we have every single stat check, we need to pass at least one of these stamina checks. Now our doom is rising through the roof because also we have branded, that's right. So I think we just die no matter what. So, I mean, we'll go for a dodge as much as it matters. Well, we can't even fit in 2 attacks. Well, we do our best. We did dodge. Oh, that's right, we don't even have the thingamajiggy. So I guess we brace here instead. I mean, it's a good thing we dodged, but my doom says otherwise. So, yeah, we'll do this attack, and then we'll just do the... I think we can do an attack strong, question mark? I didn't even know this lumpy officer has a special attack, but now I know. And now we have 2 sets of handcuffs. So, with our doom at 91%, we're really hoping Brandon doesn't proc too much. I'm pretty sure I can one-shot Takushi-san, and in fact, I have enough stamina to survive. So the question is, do we have enough doom? And that part of that question's answer is going to rely on not getting branded here. In fact, I would rather take out this ritual dagger because we can at least throw that. But otherwise, if we don't get branded, I think if we don't get branded twice, I think we win. Or we survive this run. Survive this run, which would be more accurate to say? Anywho, we do get to do Desperate Struggle. We can immediately handcuff if I so choose, but for the sake of not having to be so worried about doing handcuff tech, let's do this. And yeah, I'm just going to use the handcuffs just to be thorough, but as we get branded once, we really, really need to not get branded twice. Oh, never mind. I thought I had the second encounter check, or second mystery check. Never mind. I'm going crazy. It was a light check instead. But hey, at least we survived. That's the good thing about this. That means you will definitely see something in the top right corner, because I like to add that. But without further ado, if you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, you know what to do. If you want to support me, you know what to do. Otherwise, I won't take much more of your time. Thank you for watching. Bye!